Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Practical Tech channel. Hey, today I want to talk home security systems. For the past 4 or 5 years or so, I've had a company called FrontPoint Security. I decided to move out of the $100, $200 uh, um, monitoring programs with the ADTs of the world and the Vivint, and I decided a couple of years ago that I wanted to give it a shot to try to uh, to try to set up my own home security system for less, for half the price, so to speak, or whatever. I wanted to see what it was about. I wanted to see if I can get the same bang for the buck, minus paying the buck, so to speak, to some of these big companies out there. Um, I think I signed up for ADT a few years ago, and about 10 years ago, and the tech came in the house, and he had his industrial ladders, and he's putting up sensors in places that didn't need to have sensors, and at the end of it, he was looking for a tip, and um, I just felt like it was a lot of overkill for something that I could have done on my own. Maybe spend $50 for a good ladder, but it was like, he was doing things that really was unnecessary. And when it was all said and done, I was locked into like an $80, 80, $90 a month fee um, in a contract with these guys. So I figured, let's give FrontPoint a try. Let's see what these guys are talking about. Uh, I still had a contract, but at the same time, I was able to save money monthly as well as on the setup. So, got with FrontPoint. This is their home base monitoring system that I had from about 4 or 5 years ago, uh, and as of recently, 5 or 6 days ago, and it was pretty good setup. It was pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Um, when I set up with these guys, I signed up for like a 3 year contract. Um, signed up for like I signed up for like a 1 year contract initially. Initially, a 1 year contract, got a great deal at like $29.99 a month, introductory price, and it was good. Everything worked. I had a couple of false alarms throughout that time. They were great. The monitoring people were great. Um, I yeah, I bought all the sensors that I felt like I needed. Plus, they had this great idea, which was this thing called a glass break sensor. My thought was, instead of putting sensors on every single window in the house, uh, the glass break sensor is there. So if somebody busts the window out to get inside my house, that glass break sensor will trigger an alarm as well. So that kind of helped me save some money, and it also was a great idea by those guys to put in, in my opinion. Um, so first year was good. First year was good. Technology was good. Everything was good. Second year, I started to shop around and want to see what was out there. And I called these guys, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to renew your contract?" And I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking for something better price. I don't want to go up to 49.99. And the guy said, "Well, hey, look, we can give you a 9.99 rate if you sign a 2 year contract. First year 9.99, second year goes up to 49.99. What do you think?" And I said, "Okay, that's great. Wow, I'm saving saving a boatload of money. This is good. Let's do it." Right? Mind you, I'm coming from ADT where it was, $80, $90 a month. Fast forward, second year went okay. Started noticing some glitches on some things. A couple of door sensors went bad. I had to get replaced. Um, Now, when I call in to get things replaced, the sales team and the customer service team, naturally they don't give things away for free, so you kind of have to haggle to get things replaced. So fast forward, going into the end of uh, the second year, going into the third year where the 49.99 kicks in, and all of a sudden things start going bad with the home-based monitoring system. The monitoring system, I can't say that word. They decided that, hey, oh yeah, we need to update the tech. We need to add in a cellular option into the home monitoring system, which I assumed was already there. Um, and I need to spend about 150 bucks or so for this chip that I have to insert in there on my own. I, yeah, thank you for being a customer. You're locked into a contract and you can't get out. So spent the money, bought the little, chip to go in there to add cellular capabilities. So I felt a little slighted there, right? So that's going into the third year, right? So I at the end of the third year, which was 2021, I decided to dump them. I'm getting away from these guys. I'm done. Only to find out that, my contract was a 3 year contract versus a 2 year contract. So now I'm kind of locked into a third year. yeah, 3 year contract now, 999 first, 29.99 first year, 999 second year, 49.99 third year, and then another 49.99 the fourth year, which was 2022. Uh, I'm a little pissed at this point because I'm locked into another contract. You get the gist here of where I'm going with this. But another long contract, another lock-in period, and now my home base is going wacko, right? Battery power, battery thing is popping up on here saying that the power is going out. I need to, but pretty much upgrade my system because the battery is going out. Mind you, I'm a little pissed off because at the whole time yeah, it has a power source. So why is the battery going out? Because we have a power source here, right? Um, I called in to figure out what's going on, and the customer service rep, surprise, surprise, says, "Hey, look, I understand. You have to buy a new home base. That's the only thing we can do for you at this point." Uh, in my mind, I'm getting out of this contract anyway, so uh, want to spend any more money with these guys. So, long story short, in my household for much of 2022, I'm assuming that I had no service or coverage at all, but I was locked into a contract, and I couldn't get out unless I wanted to pay, you know, pay for the months remaining in my contract or something like that. So, fast forward March 30th, I had it marked on my calendar like it was graduation day, and I called those guys and I canceled as fast as I could. All that to say, I decided to give a new company a shot. Company based here in the States, a company called Waze. Wanted to give them a shot, see what these guys were all about, what they were talking about. My glove has a hole in it. That is interesting. But wanted to give it a shot, see what these guys were talking about. Basically, when I go into the website, their whole thing is trying to upset the apple cart, upset the smart home industry by offering high quality products for a pretty competitive price, right? So most of their cameras range between 25 to 35 bucks, and you're talking about high quality cameras. They come with night sight, night vision, color night vision, um, uh, uh, artificial intelligence spotting of people and pets. This is the first camera that I bought with these guys just to give it a shot, see what it was all about. One of the cool things here at the bottom, they give you two ways of mounting these things. It comes with a magnetic base that you can kind of use a two-way tape to put anywhere on your property or on a tree or wherever, and it just kind of sticks to it magnetically. Or you can do the traditional, nail screw um, into whatever base you want to, and it'll stay. But that was my first experience with Waze, which was through uh, uh, this camera. Worked out pretty good. Got some really good use out of this thing for the first. I bought it about 3 months ago. The camera I did, and decided to move up to the entire monitoring system, the entire security system. So this is their home base. It's a big difference from where I came from. To be honest with you, from ADT and as well as FrontPoint, the security system compared to where I was at is night and day. Look at the size difference, right? My wall is kind of trying to figure out what's going on here. Matter of fact, you can see where I had the hole at for this as far as part of the mounting goes. But definitely it's more simple. When I think of I don't know if I'm saying it right, WYZE or Waze or whatever, but I think of simplicity, quality, um, and value. Those are the three things I think of when I think of the Waze system. Simplicity, can't remember what I said. Simplicity, value, and quality, right? Uh, Very simple to operate, very simple to use. Um, when you're trying to, get this thing set up, programmed, or whatever, or set up, that's that, right? So I have it on a 30-second loop. Disarming, it's super simple. Uh, Pretty good system. It gives you a test mode to where you can try it out, play with it, let the alarm go off without triggering the monitoring station back at their home office to call the police for you or anything like that. But I decided to go with the paid version. They have three different setups with Waze, which is pretty cool. They give you flexibility. I think that's the biggest thing outside of the value is the flexibility in what they offer. So since I chose the monitoring system, I get access to a few of their upgrades when it comes to their cameras. So when you think of security, Mainly, I think now the world is kind of moving towards wanting to use the CCTV version of cameras to be able to see what's going on around their property and inside their property. So, with Waze having some very good value with their cameras, you're able to set multiple cameras up around your property and inside your property. And with that comes the ability to pick up people's faces, pick up pets, pick up cars pulling in front of your house, pick up packages. They have a setting in there to where you can set up to where your camera will pick up a package outside of your house, which is incredible. So you can know, hey, look, I have something coming from Amazon. I want to make sure it's there. I want to make sure I can watch it while I'm on my way coming home because I don't want somebody to come on my property and steal it. Or if somebody does steal your package, you have full camera capability to show, hey, it was there at this time. This is the guy's face. They came and picked it up and took it, and now it's gone. So you have video evidence to show the authorities if something does go missing on your property, which is pretty cool. The other thing that I like about this thing, again, the simplicity, right? So everything is DIY. Set up all of the units on my own. Let me show you a little bit about how I did. So it's pretty basic as far as the sensors. I have a sensor over the door. It operates normal as most. Don't know if you guys heard that little beep, but it's pretty solid. And also decided to go all in. Decided to go with the Waze. Front door setup where it gives you kind of a smart deadbolt setup. It's pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It is pretty neat. It's pretty slick. If you have kids, if you have young kids moving into teenage years, if you have friends and family that may use your property and may come over every now and then, and you don't want to have to make duplicate keys all over the place for people to be able to use, this thing may be the go-to for you. On the outside, it has this keypad here. So not only can you use the fingerprint, you can also use entering in the keypad the specific code that you may have set up for your family to utilize to get into the house. And you can set up temporary codes for your family as well. Currently, for me, there's only two cons right now, I would say, with the Waze system. This is uh, I guess the brains of the system, so to speak. In the front point system, it had the big pad, the big brains on the wall there. This one, Waze kind of has it separated. So you have your keypad, but then you also have kind of I can't remember what they call it, but the home base here. Generally, you set it up, somewhere near your router, or you connect it directly into your router. Um, but this thing has a limitation when it comes down to sound. This is where your siren goes off at. This is where your notification for doors opening and windows opening. This thing kind of just has a bit of a beep, if you guys heard it earlier in the video. Depending on how big your house is, depending on where you have it at in your house, it can be a bit of a challenge to hear consistently because it's just one single beep. And you could put it up as loud as you want to, but it still has limits on how loud it's going to make noise for you to know who's coming in the house and who's not. The other thing that I say is limited is that because this has to be connected to a to Wi-Fi, there's no cellular option. So if your Wi-Fi dies, there's no communication going to their home base letting them know that somebody's breaking into your home. Now the system still operates, the system still works, and it'll alarm will go off, but there won't be a signal going outside of your home. So you'll have to be able to, monitor things on your own and call the authorities on your own if your Wi-Fi is down. So kind of keep that in mind. I don't know if that's something they're going to integrate into the system later, but that's one of the limitations there. But listen, overall, the Waze system, so far I give it a B plus. Simplicity, value. I spent probably 300 bucks on everything, from the monitoring system, the cameras. I have a pan cam, which is I'm gonna make another video for that one because the pan cam is probably the greatest thing I've ever bought. Uh, Outside of my first Madden football game when I was a kid, this may be the best purchase I've ever made in my life. Um, I take that back. My Chevy Blazer was pretty cool too. But I digress. The Waze system, the value, the quality, uh, you can't beat it at this point. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how they support this, much how like Google and Apple do with their products, where it's updates constantly coming to keep it up to date and fresh and up with the times, so to speak. Be interested to see how that goes. But the number one reason why I would recommend this product is because there is no lock-in. I'm paying $9.99 a month for the monitoring system. Plus, I get the Waze Plus, one free camera set up with Waze Plus, which gives me person detection, pet detection, package detection, the whole nine, which is an added add-on that Waze charges like $1.99 per camera if you want that without the monitoring system uh, setup. But so I'm paying $9.99 a month for a security system, and there's no annual contract. Can't beat it. So if they drop the ball, if they decide to stop supporting their product or stop, supporting their security products, I can pack up shop and move to the next, right? I'm not locked in for 2, 3, 4 years with these gotchas like I had with the previous security company. So I would say if you have a couple of bucks, buy a camera from Best Buy or from the Waze site and give it a shot. I can honestly tell you that this has been a true benefit for my family, for me. Um, so see what you have, see what you think. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you like the video. Don't subscribe if you don't like the video. But most importantly, if this is helping you or if this helps you make a decision in the future, that's what this channel is for. So hopefully, I help at least one person out, and on to the next.